Hey there everyone, my name is Rabbit and welcome to episode number 46 of Let's Play Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth. As you can see from the screen in front of you, we are just going to jumpstart this episode by diving into some of the more, tutorial-esque content that I shared with you guys at the end of our last episode that I did want to talk to you all about. So specifically, I was wanting to share with you guys some of the details revolving around how to access the two hidden / secrets, if you really want to call them that, gods or elemental spirits. I have taken quite a bit of time to actually prep Medalev here to access one of the two gods. We're not really in the position to access the second one that's hidden, but I still will talk to you guys. The process is pretty much the same, only there are different pieces that go into it. So we'll kickstart this episode by looking at some of the details revolving around that. I also do want to share with you guys a few changes that I made off camera to some of our characters with regards to levels, coins they have equipped, and somebody even got a change to which deity they are worshiping right now. But let's go ahead and start with the first thing on the list, which is Medalev here. And you guys can see that for his skills, I've got him equipped with Lizard's Leg, which I believe is the skill that you gain access to once you hit level 14 of worshipping Ima. I got him Kashis's aid as well as Gotei's aid, so I think you can already predict that I had to get 200 devotion points kind of queued and prepped. So I did end up going back to one of the Towers of Trial, just did my usual bullshit strategy where I just have like 3 people on a battlefield, have people hit each other, or specifically for Medalev, I was just having him cast magic to clear waves in the earlier floors of the Tower of Trial. I would guesstimate it took roughly an hour to get enough devotional points in order to switch over to Gotei and then learn Gotei's aid, and then to switch over to Kashis and learn Kashis's aid. So now that I officially have access to these 2 different aid types, plus the level 14 skill that came with worshipping Ima, which you guys saw a while ago, we had capped out on that. So I'm just gonna back out of this and here at Tuss. So I will explain more after we just go ahead and come here to the temple and we see what is going to pop up for us. So this will all make sense in just a second. So here we go. A menu pops up since I have these 3 skills equipped to Medalev, and it says the Great Spirit Elvia has been added to the list of deities. Those who learn the skills Gotei's aid, Kashis's aid, and Lizard's Leg are permitted to select Elvia as a deity. Before we move forward, I want to share with you guys, the details behind this. So there's a little bit more at stake than just having access to these 3 things for worshipping Elvia. Once you have the 3 skills equipped, there are only, at least to my knowledge, please correct me if I am wrong, but to my knowledge, there are 2 places that you can go where the temple will allow you to have this message pop up. One is Tuss and the other is Aus. So if you try to do this, let's say at Widden to get access to Elvia, you shouldn't see this message. It's not going to work. So please be mindful of that. I can easily see some people, getting access to the 3 skills, but then going to some random town, like Quelled, for example, and then this doesn't pop up. It's not going to work unless you go to the temples at Tuss or Aus. So alternatively, if you decided you wanted to pursue Vuktis, which is the other optional / secret deity available in this game, what you have to do is you need to have Bat's Wing, which I believe is the level 14 skill with Sinova's line of worship. I'm 99% sure that is the case. So Bat's Wing, you have to get access to that by worshipping Sinova and basically maxing it out. And then you need, no, that can't be true, because I think you need Amu's aid and Sinova's aid. I'm going off memory for Vukti, so I will correct myself and give you guys exactly the list that you need when we are in the position to get this. But you need Bat's Wing. Maybe that's through the path of Zenith? I don't really know. But you need Bat's Wing, Amu's aid, Sinova's aid. And once you have all of those 3 skills, you need to visit the temple at, I think, Widden, and there's a place we haven't gone to yet, so I won't offer up that town's name. So if you, do have all of those skills, if you go back to Widden, once that becomes accessible on the map, you will see this same message populate. However, it will be for Vuktis. What the fuck? Bat's Wing. Maybe it comes from Gotei's line? I don't think so. I feel like Bat's Wing has to come from Sinova. but I guess who knows. Anyway, we're focusing on Elvia because that's where I'm at. So we're going to change the deity for Medalev here. And as you can see, Elvia is the deity of light, or the elemental spirit of light. So I'm just going to go ahead and switch over to this. You can see how it changes the stats, at least from who he was worshiping before, which was Gote, because I wanted to get access to Gote's aid. So we will go ahead and proceed, and now we have a worshiper of Elvia. I know, Medalev is like basic as fuck, just a random generic NPC that we had given to us at the start of the game, but I feel like Medalev is going to be in my final party because he's just so amazing. I don't know, it just works out really nicely for me. So yeah, that is that. I'm really curious though, Bat's Wing, is that, I guess I wouldn't know because I don't think I have anyone who worships Sonova that's in the position. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Like I said, it's not that big of a deal. That's something you can easily look up, and when the time is right and I'm in the position to worship Vaktis, we will specifically see who gives us access to that specific skill. So that's what you need to do. We've unlocked Elvia together on camera here. Maybe in a couple more episodes, once I've gotten some other things maxed out, we'll be ready to gain access to Vaktis. I'm not sure who I would have do that, but I think what you can see right now is that there was a change made to who Faz is worshiping. I was able to cap out everything here regarding the skills available through Amu. So I got the Mail of Amu, which I gave to Faz, and then the Sword of Amu, which I also gave to Faz. So you're probably wondering, well, what did you do with the weapon that Chroma had created that Faz was previously sporting? And I did opt to give that to Gomez. So quickly, I just want to scroll through, make sure everyone is good to go, and it looks like the answer is no. So let's unlock Sandman 25%. Not going to use it, but just don't want to fall too far behind here. And there we go. Perfect. So that is it regarding the deities, at least for now. Again, my apologies. I don't have like all the stuff about Vaktis written down because I'm not ready to go ahead and unlock him. But those are the basic details you need to know. Just you need Bat's Wing, Amu's aid, Sonova's aid, and then you need to visit Widden or another town that we haven't seen yet, their temple, and then you'll get that same screen or that same menu to populate that just kind of notifies you that Vaktis is available to be learned by the character who's in the position to do so. I don't know why it's so complicated to gain access to these two hidden deities. It's almost like they basically feel you're not worthy of worshiping them until you've become buddy-buddy with their bro. And then once you've become buddy-buddy with their bro, you need to get the aid of some other side bros. But it just kind of comes back around to what I was telling you guys, how the relationships between the different deities all kind of come into play with regard to who is the assist to who, and that honestly affects how you skill up certain coins with the seals. It's so complicated. Like, it's too complicated in my opinion. So I'm just trying to give you guys the bare bones and show you guys basic things as I unlock them. Maybe that helped you, maybe it didn't, and you don't have the energy to go back through a Tower of Trial to gain access to these things. So yeah, I'm doing it for you. So there you go. We have one of the two hidden deities, and hopefully in another couple of episodes we'll get the other deity on somebody. Whoever can unlock Bat's Wing, I guess I'll work towards that at that point. So what we actually want to do, first thing, I want to go ahead and give Medalev some coins. He only has 4 here, and I guess I can look at the skills. I think he still has... So no, then we need to start with that and give him back what he had before. So I'm still going to give him Ima's aid. Lizard's Leg honestly doesn't do anything except it's just necessary for the Ritual of Light. So you can go ahead and get rid of that. But I'm going to switch and give him back Refined CF and also the Equip +1 for his coins here. So that's kind of step 1 for me anyway, in getting him back into shape. I also want to give him all the coins that he had previously, which, if I remember this correctly, he had Blia. He had, I think, a Cure. So yes, I do have a few more Cure Zoos. We will go through all of the coins here in just a moment, but first things first. He also had Gain. If I remember correctly, he had a Gren. And the last thing he had was, is it called Zeno? It is, or Zeno. So that is Medalev. Okay, so while we're in this menu, let's take a second to just look at the coins that everyone has equipped. So I did switch Faz to being a worshiper of Sonova. He capped out on a Moo, and I guess I just kind of felt like worshipping Sonova makes sense with where he's at. He does still have a Moo's Aid equipped because once you switch to a deity, you need to gain enough deity or devotion points specifically before you can start unlocking the skills. So all of his skills are pretty much the same, except I guess you know what I should start with is showing you the change from Amu's equipment that he got. So the Sword of Amu gives the effect of Champion. So I did remove Champion as a skill that Faz did have equipped previously, but we'll kind of go through that in a minute. And then he has the Mail of Amu, which gives you Confusion Guard, which is pretty fucking nice because then I don't have to worry about having that equipped on him as a skill. So it kind of frees up a slot. So this is kind of what he's got, which is weird because now he's worshipping Sonova, but Sonova and Amu sort of are assists to each other, or they're bros basically. That's kind of, I guess, the rough way of looking at it. So anyway, this is where Faz is at. And I guess we can just scroll through everyone's shit. Everyone's is basically the same, except, as I noted, I did switch up what our newest friend Gomez has going on. So he previously had the Vilas equipped, which is pretty nice, but dude, that 7 pains effect is broken. So I went ahead and just slapped that onto him, and he's sitting pretty with all the rest of his equipment that he had when you guys last saw him. So no other changes to equipment outside of what I just highlighted for you. So let's go to skills, and I will show you what I was highlighting. That I did go ahead and get rid of, he had Champion previously, but since Amu's sword comes already with that as an effect, I gave him counter 30%. I don't know if this is the best thing that he should have, but, you know, as we're kind of climbing our way through all of Sonova's skill tree, we'll probably switch this out. But I'm going to leave Amu's Aid on for a little while. Maybe I'll put Sonova's Aid on as well. We'll just see how things kind of unfold. Everyone else's skills should pretty much be the same. We changed Metalifts together back to what they needed to be. And then this is what everyone else has going on, including Gomez. I'm not sure if I had highlighted that in our previous episode. So now we can go back to the coins and take a look at changes. So Gren is on Faz. When he was worshipping Amu, he did have 2 coins, one of which was a cure spell. I decided that having him have an offensive spell or an offensive coin was going to be better than the more supportive coin. It sucks. Like, that's one of the things that I hate about worshipping Sonova is you get 1 coin. So I guess a strategy would be to kind of max out Ima's line so that you get the equip coin +1 and then kind of pursue Sonova, so that way you at least have the 2 slots available, but I didn't do that. I switched from Amu to Sonova instead of Ima to Sonova. So here we are. He can only cast Gren, which is okay. So Krista now has Mental. I did have enough seals to go ahead and upgrade not only some of my light coins, but some of my dark coins as well. So Mental will put targets to sleep. It has the very base stats. I didn't have enough seals to scale it up beyond just leveling up whatever she had before. I think she had Poison, and then I scaled Poison up to something else. Like I said, there are 2 lines. There's like an Amu line and then a Sonova line. And I think Amu's line has 3 dark coins, and then Sonova's line has 4 dark coins. As I've mentioned a million times already, it's so exceedingly complex and unnecessarily complicated. I really don't want to get into the details of it. But if you're following a coin find guide, I'm sure you know what I'm referring to. So anyway, I upscaled the Poison, and now she has Mental, which puts people to sleep. So Metalev, you saw me equip everything, and you see now he has a Cure Zoo. It has an AoE of only 5, but the potency is pretty nice. So I did try to make sure he had a pretty good Cure coin as we were moving forward. Here is Irma. She also has Mental. So it's a new one that you guys haven't seen before. And then she has Terror. I can't remember if she had this or not from what you guys had previously seen. Romulus still doesn't have anything because we're not really fucking using him. So moving along, I have a Cure Zoo now on Sophados as well. Very basic. He can cast it once and it has an AoE of 1. So I'm going to have to scale this up at some point in the future. Elena has the coin. So this is another new coin that I gained access to along one of the 2 lines. I think this one's through the Sonova line, I want to say. It's the final form of, oh gosh, I think it's the final form of, because like Spica and poison are on 2 different lines, and I can't remember which one comes first. I don't know. It's too much for me to just fucking remember. But all you need to know is decoin is like the final form of one of them. And I believe Mental is the final form of another. I'm pretty sure that's how it goes. Maybe it's not. Whatever. Doesn't matter. All you need to know is decoin makes the target unable to cast Coin 5. Yay! Sounds exactly like what it is. Basic form, AoE 1. I can cast it once because the MCP and the CPC are the same values. She also has Terror, which I think she had before, but it's possible that she did not. You can see that I did scale up. Every single elemental coin that I do have is now at level 4. I don't know what it takes to get to level 5. The guide that I've been following, like the level 5 is just a bunch of question marks. So I don't know like what stats your coins have to have, or if there even is a level 5 coin farm for everything to scale up into. I'm assuming there is, and we'll see them as we continue to progress through the story. But this is where we're at now. Moving along. I also have Blia going on Leia. She still has her Cure Zoo, and she also has a Mental, which puts the folks to sleep. And then there is Gomez, who has Cure Zoo, Basic, and Gren. So that's everybody. So like I said, we've got a bunch of level 4 coins. We've got nothing under that, at least regarding the elemental stuff. With the exception, we still don't have any of Gote's coins, so maybe at some point I'll get one, or someone's will transform into something. I don't know, but that's kind of how things are rolling right now. And then you can see just everything I've got kind of cute here. We still have whatever the fuck, retain? Is it supposed to be retain? I don't know. That's probably what it is. Retain, like retain your mind. I don't know. But we've got a few Cure Rays kind of sitting here that maybe I'm just holding on to in case they can turn into Cure Zoos, or I can turn them into something else. I don't know. I don't feel like we're at the point where I need to sell shit that I have. Just kind of sitting here. And then we've got an extra Conti that is here. And we have an extra Mental. So I don't know. I'll probably do something with this at some point, but not right now. And the Conti does confuse the target. So this is new for you guys. I haven't had this before. I had scaled up somebody's coin and it turned into this, and then I just didn't fuck with it from there. Or actually, this might have been the one that Gomez had previously. I think. Pretty sure. But who knows? So anyway, yes, my friends, like I said, this was intended to be a very tutorial heavy-esque episode where I showed you guys the changes to coins and the changes to different deities people are worshiping, but primarily the focus was supposed to be on who is worshiping who now, and the fact that Medalev now officially has access to Elvia, which is one of the 2 hidden deities. So I guess what I can do is at the start of our next episode, I will confirm and look up what gives you access to Batswing. We will not belabor talking about Vugtis because, as I've already noted, we aren't even in the position to gain access to worshiping him. So there's no point in worrying about it. So we'll open our next episode by talking again specifically about who gives you Batswing. I'm thinking it's Sonova, but it's possible that it's Gote. I don't know. I'll confirm that. And then when we come back, just with you guys in tow, let me specifically run back to where I need to be. We're going to come back to Claire Oasis, yay, and just pretend we were always here. And we will be ready to head into Round Art to actually progress through the narrative here in Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth. So thank you very much for joining me for this episode. For those of you who don't really care about the specifics behind the mechanics or the details behind the game specifically, I apologize. This is probably a boring episode for you. But for those of you who care about some of those more little minute secrets that you can uncover, I hope that this was somewhat helpful. Like I said, I will specify what you need to gain access to Vugtis when we come back together in episode 47. But until then, I hope you guys are all doing well. Thanks for watching. I am your host, Rabbit, and this is my semi-blind run of Hoshigami Ruining Blue Earth. I'll see you guys very shortly.